What is going on, Cowboy Nation? Like always, Primetime Phil here. I know you can't tell. Of course, it looks like the cat in the hat. And of course, I'm with my man, GameTime Bryan, man. GameTime, what's going on, man? Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Sorry, man. You gave me a late notice on the whole Halloween costume thing, man. I just literally got done work, came home, had a bite to eat. But I don't know, man. We're going to talk about a great win yesterday. We both called it. But happy Halloween to everybody who was watching.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing, man. Without a nice victory, I am not dressing like this. I do not have my Halloween spirit going. I have, of course, still have a little one. I got some kids. Some are more grown up. But I got one still, so we dressed up and everything. I love to do it as well, too. So my girl picked out my my outfit, so I kind of like it, man. So
you look good. You look good.
So everybody keeps calling me Dr. Seuss. I'm like, man, I'm a cat in the hat. I'm like, you know what? I don't even get into that. Like, I don't want to be that guy that has to explain it all the time.
Yeah.
But anyways,
home.
Oh, go ahead. Tell me.
And I was driving home from work, and it just brings back memories. I don't have little ones anymore, so it's kind of like, oh, I remember that. I remember, wasn't that long ago, but
no,
it's just
exactly.
I'm out of the loop. I got away from my grandkids.
Oh yeah, it'll come back around. It's like
What's up, James?
It's like anything.
Happy Halloween, buddy.
James Nook is my inside guy. He's becoming that dude for me, the one that kind of gives me that information that I'm missing through the day. So I'm really liking what James has got going on here.
Nice.
He was even telling me some of my rumors, letting me know, hey man, keep an eye on this stuff here too. So it's really cool to have the community like that. Michael Adana, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it a lot, man. But I'm excited about an amazing victory yesterday. We kind of had, there were some things that were definitely we shouldn't have a problem with this team, but there were some situations that happened within the game that obviously turned this thing to a closer game by the halftime and kind of getting them in momentum. But it was nice to see that the Dallas Cowboys finish it off, just push that to the side, because even I started getting nervous. I don't know how you felt at halftime going into that second half. What was your feelings there?
I was surprised that, listen, my hat's off to the Chicago Bears. They're a physical team. They were physical. At one point, it was like, we know we're not going to win the game, but we're just going to run it anyway, because that's the one thing we could do good. It was, they really beat us up in the trenches. They did good, don't get me wrong, but they were physical.
Yeah.
Hats off, but you can't win in the NFL that way.
Well, yeah, I was writing down some stats there. In general, what happened? They had 39 running attempts. So that was between the quarterback and the two running backs that we knew that were really good running backs there. And out of the 39 attempts, they ran for 212 yards, which is like 5.4 yards a carry, which is not where you want to be. Where you can just hand it off and kind of just run all over our defense. So, but when it really mattered to some of those situations, I noticed that this defense really
can't win in the NFL like that anymore. There was some calls that went against Dallas, rightly or wrongly. It could have been a lot. We scored 49 points, but let's face it. I think Dallas got greedy right before halftime. Instead of just running the ball, running out the clock, knowing that Chicago got the ball, they tried to go.
Yeah.
Dak. That was one mistake Dak did, and that led to points. So they got 10 points in the last minute of the second half.
Yeah,
think about that.
Yeah, when I was looking at that drive, I was just like, I don't want him to get all greedy and want to just try to sling this ball down the field, and right off the bat, that's what happened. And so, jumping on that play, how do you feel that CeeDee Lamb? Do you feel like CeeDee Lamb didn't, because CeeDee Lamb to me doesn't go and get the ball. That's kind of one of his little, his cons about him. But what do you think CeeDee could have bailed him out a little bit, or do you think it's just Dak straight up didn't see the safety?
Yeah, it was a bad. You always think that he could do something. Now, that was the ill-advised pass, but that was literally the only thing you could say. And due to injury and just the guys not being available, guys got a chance to play yesterday like Damone Clark. I was happy to see Damone Clark. Now he was kind of just trying not to make a mistake. The sky's the limit for him. He'll be playing more of the Parsons linebacker role, which will allow Parsons to play more edge. So it was cool to see.
Yeah.
There was another guy. I don't know if you're going to name him. Who else do you think stood out? That's a young guy from Cowboys.
Well, I mean, Bland had his moments, but he still had a nice batted ball deep. I don't think he stood out really big. I mean, he needed to kind of step up because obviously our safeties were doing that great.
Who did you say?
But I was saying Bland. Bland kind of I liked what he did. I mean,
Bland's special, Phil.
Hey, can I go back for a second too?
Is a special player.
He is. Like one guy I have to kind of give credit for on this game is Kellen Moore. Like, to me, he called a really good game. When you look at, Turpin getting around, getting him the ball, trying to get him open into some situation. He got him some touches. He got Tony Pollard out in space, whether it was receiving or obviously it took Zeke being out of the lineup. But, I mean, there was still another running back that he was giving touches to. Getting it to CeeDee Lamb, getting it to Michael Gallup early. So I like the game plan. It wasn't a terrible game plan against a really good defense. Now, obviously, this defense was missing Robert Quinn. But I don't think it's as big of a deal as some of those other edge rushers that we've had in the past. Obviously, he probably would have done a little bit better during the run, but I think the line was doing an amazing job. What do you think about the offensive line and how they did in this game?
Yeah, the offensive line. I mean, how could you have a complaint? I mean, they really dominated the line of scrimmage. I would say that there was a lot of penalties that weren't called on both sides.
And that's where Jack Meeker talks about it. He goes, I'm about to shocked attack when they actually called one. And that's true. I mean, they'll give you one, but
Parsons
it's
gets held on every play. I'm sorry, but he does.
Yeah. And it's kind of
on a couple of the big plays by the Bears, there was blatant hold for multiple Cowboys. Now, I did see where our guys held two, our offensive linemen. They didn't call them either. So, if you're going to have a game where you're not calling them, then that's fine. But on a scoring play, not to call, or a long run, like a first down run that was a blatant hold and then grab and stop the guy's momentum, it's just disappointing. But at the end of the day, we scored 49 points. It was what I told you, Phil. We need to get to the bye at 6-2. I didn't think Dallas would have any problem. Not that I think they would score 49. No.
Well, I didn't think the Bears were going to score any touchdowns, and they were doing that pretty easily. But because I can't type on these things, I haven't figured out how to type on them yet. So going to it, Jack, of course, happy Halloween, guys. James was talking about this as well too. He was hearing Brandon Cooks possibly as a trade. For Dallas with one of those wide receiver possibilities. So as we're jumping around, I really want to stick to what they're saying.
I don't know what people think.
Go ahead.
I don't know what people think. I know what Jerry's saying, but I mean, to me, there's a name I want to throw out here that I think is a name that I haven't heard anybody talk about. It came up at the beginning of last year. It was floating him to us. We didn't bite on it. But if it's for a second, I might consider it. Jeff Okudah out of the Detroit Lions, cornerback.
I would do that.
I would do that. Up to me. I didn't see it anywhere, but I know, looking at the teams who were off to horrible starts who need draft picks. And Jeff Okudah was a top 5 pick. I think he was number 5. Like maybe 3 years ago. He's had a couple major injuries. Getting towards the end of the deal, it might be one of those, a guy like that. That's probably the only guy on the defense that I would say that they're going to get. They don't really need a line.
Don't need a lot,
They don't really need an edge guy. They don't, I would say, a corner. Now, offense, it's receiver. I don't know that they need a Midland receiver. I mean, why bother? But if you're going to go out and get a Brandon Cooks, traded 5 times. I like him.
I don't like him for the pick.
What's up with that?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe.
Like, if you're gonna go out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I gotta. As we're talking about this, one thing that Jack is bringing up, which I really do when we go back to this game, my God, the three tight ends being able to, man, all three of them were deadly in this game. I really liked what they were doing. Like, you had your one receiving one, you had your blocking right off the bat. Even the first drive, man, the blocking by these tight ends were amazing. Jake Ferguson. Yeah, that's what he's saying. That's what I'm bringing up. I'm bringing
it up, and we were talking about 12 personnel and 13 personnel.
Yeah.
And don't you know that's what they ran?
Man, and it looked beautiful, and it worked.
And they only ran it, because of necessity.
Yeah.
You would do that more often without just choose to do it for a series.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what all we're asking. So shout out to Jack for that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. He brought that on there, and so I mean, it led to Dak's running. I think he's a lot more comfortable with the running, which was just amazing. I honestly, that first touchdown drive where he ran that in, I was really shocked by the setup because I really kind of didn't expect it until I saw Ferguson out in front. And I was like, okay, maybe. Was it Ferguson or was it? I think it's Schultz. Schultz may have had that one actually. I'm not really positive on that.
Schultz had a good game.
Yeah, he did. He did a really good
Dak's
job.
Guy. You called that one, Phil.
Yeah, and
these numbers are going to go as long as Dak is in the game. Yeah. And I heard some people, complaining about Dak running the ball. I got news for you, people. Other than the one play that Dak didn't know what he wanted to do as far as slide, get out of bounds, he kind of took a weird hit.
Yeah. At the end. Yeah.
He needs to do what he did yesterday. He needs to do it. That adds a dimension to our offense that he was wide open, for that touchdown run.
Yeah.
That's what other teams do. That's what Philly does. That read option run. 8 out of 10 times, they're always picking, the running back, especially in seats. So, we have to see that.
Angelica, how about the Cowboys? Joe Gonzalez brings up a great subject here. Have you heard anything on Cox? Is there any reason we're not seeing him on the field? I think we're in the same category as Jalen Tolbert. Like, what's going on? I think Jalen Tolbert's in a worse category. But you wonder if
Tolbert, believe it or not, he saw 21 snaps or 20-some snaps. He just couldn't get open.
Yeah,
he didn't get the ball.
He's more
but
blocking.
He needs those reps.
Yeah,
it was one of those games where it worked out. And, it might have been ugly at times, but guys on defense. Yeah, but Cox, he aggravated his knee, and he's more of a special teams guy. And now with Damone Clark in there, he's not better than Damone Clark.
Yeah, Damone Clark, he looked really good in there. I mean, I was surprised. I was watching him. When he was in there, I was definitely keeping an eye on him, seeing how he was moving. He was moving really well to the ball.
Dr. Phil Seuss. I love weed.
I love weed. Whooped my ass in fantasy this week. Good, congratulations to you. He had McCaffrey, which had nothing.
And I was like,
he had McCaffrey, which had nothing, and then all of a sudden, the week I play him, that's when McCaffrey's going to run for 3 touchdowns and throw another touchdown, I'm like, whatever. But congratulations.
I looked at my son at like 2 o'clock. And I said, "Oh my God, I forgot to change my lineup. I didn't have anybody out. That's how much I care about a non-money league."
Yeah.
But anyway, Captain Taki, what's up, buddy?
Got the cat in the hat thing going on. I was going to try to rhyme this whole thing, but, I couldn't keep up with enough material. But anyways, other things on the offense, what I want to jump onto, CeeDee Lamb looked pretty good. He was complimenting. Again, if he's not the main guy what the tight ends were, he does really well complimenting. I think that's just his game. If he ain't the main guy, don't get me wrong, if he's the main guy and he can actually, distract some people, but I think it's the other guys. I think it's Schultz, it's Michael Gallup to do the more of the distracting and allow other people to get open. But one person I am very happy about is Brett Maher. It's extra points, but
Brett
he's hitting.
Maher he's back to Money Maher.
Yeah, 7 for 7. I mean, I'm liking it. I'm like, you're not hitting. Man, I can just remember so many times just missing extra points and stuff like that. So it's really nice to see.
Yeah.
Very nice to see.
Like what I take out of that game yesterday is, thank God we have Tony Pollard, but it's like the Wolves are like circling.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a player has a good game, they want to like
Oh, see, this is what I've been talking about. This is why he should be. And it's understandable. I mean, he's a great. I just love the fact that we have both of them.
It was a great game, and I love Tony. But Tony, they were very. I mean, yeah, because of the bye, they were more inclined to give him more carries.
Mm-hmm.
But they wanted to keep him there for a reason, not because they don't like Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard is explosive, but that will go away the more you pound the game in and game him out. That's why they try and keep his touches a little lower. If you notice this year, they're like basically, 2 series for Zeke, 1 or it's almost 1-1, and Tony's on the field a lot more this year. So I think that's what you want to do. Zeke punishes you, Tony runs away from you. So they're like a perfect complement. Let's just slow down on these starters.
There are some things, and let me jump on this as we're talking about Tony Pollard. Do you, as his bye week, you go ahead and re-sign him? You know, as his, do you go ahead and get that
Tony,
contract?
I'm not re-signing unless.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you never know what might happen, but as well, yeah. But at the same time, as the Cowboys, I think you should want to push to re-sign him. I mean, I know I've been on the thing where, it as a back, and you can replace that. But man, Tony Pollard has something that's very special, a very nice home run ability, and you just don't want to see it go somewhere else. So, question: is Micah hurt? Yeah, I mean, he's dealing through injury. He's definitely he's not healthy.
He's not 100% by any stretch.
You can tell he's just getting really worked because I mean they're definitely strategizing against him. That wasn't going to come out right. So with the strategizing, I mean he's being chipped, he's being knocked around. He's got 2 or 3 blocks, but the one thing he's not doing is getting smacked on his ass. So it's like he's taking it. You can just kind of tell at the end of the game where it's just it's a battle. It's been a battle. And it's really good to see that there's other guys as well that are battling as well, too. I mean, you had some stupid penalties by, Dorrance Armstrong where you're just trying to jump ahead. But it's still, again, I think the only guy that I was probably disappointed with in this defense was probably DeMarcus Lawrence. There were some times where obviously he still made some plays, but he just seemed to not take right angles. I mean, he was getting...
He needs to get his act together as far as when you play a team with read option. You can't give up the edge. So if you take the quarterback that's coming to the outside and he doesn't have the ball, well. At least the running back is inside. You're funneling the play inside. It was 2 times yesterday, and they killed him. He goes to the running back and lets the edge go.
Yeah.
Fields runs for 25 yards.
Yeah, I did see that.
Go for the. You have to treat him like a running back. Unless you absolutely see the running back has the ball, assume he does, and you're allowed to hit him because he's playing an option. Bury his ass, and if he has the ball, you got him, and if he doesn't, you got him. If you know what I mean. So he needs to get his act together when it comes to running the read option, especially with Philly in our own division.
Yeah, and so I mean, you're looking at the people that they have to face. Again, it's we just got to take care of what we have right in front of us. They got a nice little bye week, so that's really good. D-Law smacking him on the second point. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I saw that. How do they don't count 2-point conversions as sacks is beyond me.
What do you mean? Why would happen?
Well, when DeMarcus Lawrence, I mean, Jack is talking about it, where D-Law smacking in him on this 2-point conversion. They tried on 2-point conversion. He just got annihilated by D-Law. You're just like, but they don't count that as a sack. It's just like, whoa.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Like,
it's a sack.
It's a quarterback throwing. Yeah. Oh, no, it's 2-point conversion. It doesn't count. It's like...
so what do you think about the D-Law scoop and score?
You're talking about Parsons? Yeah, man. Well, that's a second week in a row where he hit his hustle from behind.
3 of me. So
sorry, man. It's just
no. That's good.
Yeah.
I just don't want to cut you off. It's like
no, Joe. Thank you very much.
It is what it is.
I cannot get these headphones to stay on me, man. I'm struggling.
Anyway, what I saw was, you would think. I was listening to McCarthy today, and he was saying that Dan Quinn is constantly saying, hit the player, hit the player, hit the player, hit the player when they're down. Yeah. Because in college, you don't have, as soon as the player's down, you don't have to hit the player.
Yeah.
So all these young guys come out. I mean, did you see Fields? He literally went out of his way not to touch Parsons.
Yeah.
Then
I think
he was smart enough to
was
get
he
up
quick
and run
enough? Was he
back.
quick? Was he thinking quickly in the sense that I don't want to get a roughing or something like that because he's already down. He's giving himself
Or
up.
he don't want to get caught up in a pile, whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was wrong. You always got to touch the NFL boy.
Yeah, man, that is hilarious. Like when he got up, that's why I text you. I was like, wait a minute, did he just score? Did he go down? Like, what the hell's going on, man?
Yeah.
So I was loving it, man. I was really loving the game. I was loving the first 4 drives, how the way they were looking. They were very coherent in the sense of just everybody's on the same page. I mean, there were some penalties here and there, but they overcame them very quickly. Some of them were very boneheaded, where there was 12 men in the huddle. So those little things can be cleaned up. It's just
yeah, I missed that one. I
Yeah.
went to the bathroom, came out. Why did they lose 5 yards?
Yeah, so it's little stuff like that.
Are you kidding me?
I think when we look at the defense, though, I think the passing and rushing game, again, the rushing game, we talked about it in the sense 5.4 yards per carry. That's definitely something they got to step up. It definitely improved in the beginning where Hackins, he was in there. So you were seeing some stuff there. As he gets to know his system a little bit more, hopefully you'll see more of an impact. You even saw Osa doing some stuff as well too. So I was liking what the interior was doing, and I'm not wrong, right? I saw Neville Gallimore yesterday.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, I was saw him.
I don't know
okay.
what's going on with him. Look, we need him, so he needs to be a part of that rotation. He needs to get his butt in gear. So either that or he's got to go. But yeah, I was surprised that Hankins played as much as he did. Don't let the numbers fool you. He had a real good game. But the Bears were doing unorthodox things. They were like, listen, we're just going to run. I know we're down 2 scores. We're going to run. We're down 3 scores. We're going to run. They just were not willing to throw the ball.
When you look at it, they had like 17 receptions and then for 151 yards. So, I mean, when you look at what the mobile quarterbacks so far have been able to do against this defense, they've been able to run, but they also have not been able to pass. So,
Right.
So it definitely, even though you're giving them up,
like nothing really.
yeah, right around the same amount when it comes to the stats. It was like 155, I think
Yeah.
he threw for. So I mean, I'm not trying to say we're always going to contain them, but it's nice to know that at least if they're running, you're also taking something away from them. So you know what you need to do. So maybe later in the game,
you saw what Dak means to this team and to this offense. That's the difference between Dak and Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush getting a touchdown is like pulling teeth. It just is.
It is.
He can move the ball in between the 20s, but Dak opens it up, and he's only going to get better, man. I don't know about you guys. Did you guys see his hand got stepped on?
Right at the beginning of
Oh my
beginning.
God.
I was like, he was.
Can't catch him.
It was on his other hand, and then. So going back to the chat, obviously, Angelica talks about the fumble, and if you look at it, it's crazy. It is. It's a very crazy play how it all happens. I was just totally baffled. I had even typed, did you see that? What's going on? And Michael Adana talks about that setup. That play was set up by LVE. And when you watch LVE in this game, like there was times where the running back was about to hit a hole, but LVE was in that hole. And it would cause the running back to have to go further out. So, I mean, LVE was doing his thing yesterday. I was liking this game.
And, like I said, Damone Clark was just that was his first snaps as a pro. He didn't play any in the preseason. This cat has, like, sky's the limit. But don't judge anything of what you're going to see right now. He was just basically trying not to make a mistake, and he made some tackles. He didn't look out of place. Dude is strong, and the dude is fast, so he's going to fit in good. But let's not get too worked up on how he played. It's like our defense, the rushing numbers. They're going to look askew, but that's because they were running the ball. I mean, we should have stopped it, but they were running the ball in situations they shouldn't have been running the ball.
Yeah,
they lost by 20 points. I don't care what anybody says. The game was never really in doubt. It was like, oh my God, that 10 points in that 1 minute right before the second quarter. whatever. That was a killer.
Yeah.
That was stupid. Being greedy on our part, but that game was never really close. I mean, it really wasn't. So,
Yeah.
on to the bye, man, and
I'm
you
excited
get
about
healthy. And, you root for all the teams that are playing the NFC. Oh, I think the Giants are off too. So,
well, at least now we're back in second place, so that's nice.
Yeah.
So when people say I hear the whole tie for second place, no, we're not tied. We beat them. We're second place. They're third place.
Yeah.
That's how that works. Like I'm not taking.
And
I'm not taking
played
that.
The Sisters of the Poor yesterday.
Oh, the Pittsburgh.
They're going to play more Sisters of the Poor on Thursday night, but whatever. They're playing their schedule.
Yep, play your schedule. Let it play out. Yeah. So I mean,
I've never seen something like that. Man.
I'm liking to. I'm liking at least the play calling. If anything else, I mean, there's always going to be things that kind of get in your way. But I did like the play calling. I think everything else can follow if the play calling is very close to that, where you are doing 3 tight end sets, where you are using Turpin as a. Go ahead.
We have to keep it real here. We can't just bash.
No.
I've been very critical of the play calling in Kellen Moore. Yesterday was a good day.
Yeah.
Thank you. It worked out, and you see. Dak was on. Dak was letting it go. He was just firing the ball, which was good to see. I'll be interested to see I always like watching the sounds of the sidelines.
Yes, I like that.
It usually comes out in a couple of days.
So let me ask you a question. Obviously next Saturday we're still going to be broadcasting, correct? We're going to just be talking about the state of the franchise of anything.
I mean, unless you're taking a week off,
No.
Yeah.
There are no breaks.
Maybe we'll make it get a couple people on, maybe, and just talk about the first half.
Yeah, well, we go prior to the bye week. I like it.
That.
Yeah, I like it as well too. So
look ahead a little bit. We'll look at the whole remaining schedule. We've already touched on it. Maybe we'll focus on that.
Mm-hmm.
Players that excelled in the first half, players that not so much.
Up. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited and stuff. What did you, in general, what do you want before we just kind of push this game behind us? Even though I'm going to probably watch it again, because I'm loving that victory. What else do you want to say about this game before we wrap this up?
Well, it was good that, this all goes into the play calling. It was good that we got Michael Gallup involved literally on the first one. That was nice. Gallup got some touches. CD got his touches. Everybody, I mean, I liked how everybody was included. I would like to have seen Galen Tolbert get the ball in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
He's a rookie. He did get 20-some snaps. And our defense is going to be a problem. Depending on what they do, at the trade deadline, I really think I don't know if they're going to do anything offensive. But, like McCarthy did say, he don't know when Washington is coming back. So if they get somebody, Washington may never come back. Just by the feel that the feeling that I'm getting.
Yeah.
But I'm not expecting a receiver to be brought in. I'm expecting to give Washington a shot, and then possibly OBJ will be fine.
Man,
I think that's what Jerry's meaning by going all in. But don't be surprised because Kelvin Joseph doesn't look good.
No.
Sorry, he's a good special teams guy, but every time he gets in, there's a penalty.
Yeah, I would say the secondary. Yeah.
They point him out and go after him.
I think that's why you saw a timeout.
Why I don't know, but Jeff Okudah might be a Cowboy. That's just I have a feeling that might happen. But if not, I could be totally off base. You heard it here first. If it is, other than that, I don't expect a lot to happen.
Well,
watch for the Eagles to get
another one.
The running back out of Cleveland.
Yeah, Hunt. You talking about?
Yeah, Kareem Hunt. They're really pushing to get Kareem. They wanted Alvin Kamara. The Saints aren't going to give him. I don't think.
Well, when I look at this game, I think there's a couple of things that stand out for me. again, I was going into it not thinking that the talent was going to be same. So when I see us blowing them, apart, I just don't, get excited about that. I knew we were going to blow them apart before the game had happened because of the talent, and I knew the defense was really good and they were playing good. But I also look at the defense that they were playing prior to that nice Patriots game that they had, and it wasn't the best as well. So I like that our defense, kick some ass. And yeah, I mean, the mobile quarterback they definitely got to figure out that whole thing. They got to figure out the system. But you got a whole season as well. And Dan Quinn, I definitely put my chips on Dan Quinn figuring that out. So I'm not going to bet against him. And I'm loving what this defense does for this offense. This offense was just finally able to complement what this defense was doing. So
yeah, I don't remember a defense or a team in general being this deep in a long time. Telling you, they're deep. They're very, very deep.
I gotta look at this, Sam.
There's talent all over the place, and I'm seeing Samuel Rowe.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
And he's saying that the next gen clocked Damone Clark as the fastest linebacker in NFL history. That's not a joke. He is all that, and he's fierce, and it's only going to get better with it. Yep. So stay tuned for his career.
I was wondering if anybody gonna notice that. Angelica is like, I'm looking at you guys and I'm thinking something looks wrong. Because Primetime is usually on the right hand side. Yeah, and I did. I switched it. So that's kind of funny that she noticed
did
it.
you?
Yeah,
I was wondering. I'm all messed up now.
I switched it on this one.
We got on literally.
Like a minute before.
Yeah, the last second. So the audio is totally not like it normally is. So it's like he's in a hall closet talking. But there's an echo in my ear. But we're getting through it.
Yeah, we'll reset it. I think I need to. I'll probably be told something that's going on, and so I'll have to be able to fix it. I just put these new backgrounds in for this show, so maybe that could be as well too. So I got to figure out that. But anyways, I love this victory. I love where we're going into the bye week. I feel good going into the bye week. I can look at the past couple games. I can watch them with confidence and feeling good about this team going forward. And I'm with you. You'll probably see something. If you see anything, it would be in the secondary. That's what I think as well too, man.
I just think why I don't know, but I know that they, Detroit wanted a 1 last year. We're not giving a 1. I would give it 2. I would give it 2 for Jeff Okudah. They canceled the World Series tonight.
I saw that they drug tested AJ Brown. I was like, yeah, random my, and he was like, random my ass, Goodell.
But it's already predetermined when they're doing it. Yeah. What is he talking about? Is he that?
Well, because he had an amazing report. He had 3 touchdowns. They did the same thing with Lamb. I think they did that.
They're not beating anybody, people. And listen, I'm not taking nothing away from their win. They're undefeated. But this schedule is not going to get you ready for squat. Mm-hmm. So let's see what happens.
I'm interested to see it, but yeah, man, we are definitely gonna be coming back on Saturday. We'll probably have maybe a longer show because we'll have more stuff to talk about. We'll talk about the franchise in general. Yeah, hopefully bring some people on.
Yeah, we'll have our normal Saturday. Yeah, we just wanted to hop on here, wish everybody happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, man.
The victory.
Yeah, exactly.
Victory Monday.
Exactly, and I appreciate all you guys coming in. I appreciate everybody that rewatches as well. And GameTime, Bryan, I appreciate you coming on, man. I know it was really, even though we were deciding it, I was thinking about pushing it back, but I was like, no, man.
Well, I didn't get done work till late, so you were like, you want to do it tonight? Like, yeah, whatever you want. It didn't matter to me, but I'm glad we got it in.
I was like, I made all this graphics.
I think it's good to stay consistent.
Exactly. But anyways, you guys are amazing, all of you guys, for jumping in here. There was a lot of guys going with the score with us, beating the crap out of Chicago. So everybody was on board. There was only one person that had us in the 40s and stuff like that. So,
Shout out to that. I did not see 49 points.
Yeah, I did not see that either as well too. I mean, obviously you got to take it as a touchdown that the defense got as well. But still, even when you do that, I mean, it's still 48 points. So they did an amazing job. I need some candy. I need some candy as well too.
Candy, Angelica, or what?
I am going to go back outside as soon as I get off this broadcast. Yeah, as soon as I get the broadcast off, I'm jumping back outside. So I appreciate everybody coming out.
Go give out candy.
Exactly. So I appreciate everybody coming through. And we will talk to you on Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern, man. I appreciate it, guys.
Trick or treat.
Trick or treat.
Hey.
Hey! We know each other. He's a friend from work.
What you do? You're like a little screw loose type of guy, and I thought that's how I am. So I'm digging it, big guy. I am.
Who are you?
You.
No, not me, you.
Yes, I am you.
Just answer the damn questions. Who are you?
GameTime Bryan, otherwise known as the mailman here,
Cool name. Superpowers?
broadcasting from the illustrious Jobu Studio.
Come on, are you gonna tell me who that is?
Primetime Phil. And of course, my co-host, GameTime Bryan.
Oh, Jesus Christ, this place is going to explode. $100,000. I don't even need to hear it.